What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be reviewing Legacy Core Class Dinobot Snarl. This guy is really neat, and I'm thinking that y'all think the same thing. I put this guy in a voting post, and he won by a healthy margin, like 65 to 17, which was the other leading vote. So this guy's going to be the first, and I will, when I post this, I'm going to make another post with the rest of the 4 Dinobots. We still have 4 more after this. So I recommend y'all check that out. I'll probably link this video in there with the community post, but keep an eyes out for that community post because y'all are going to be deciding which one to review. So this guy won. So we're going to be reviewing him today. I'm going to try to make this a short one, and hope y'all enjoy. So let's get right down into it. Now, before we get right down into it, I do want to make mention that this Autobot logo here is not a part of the figure by itself. I had a sticker sheet, and I put the Autobot logo on it for a little bit more 86 accuracy. So if you have a sticker sheet, slam it on there. If you don't, it's perfectly fine. I wanted it on there because I think it looks better. So just, it's your toy, do whatever. So this guy's really cool. Let's get on to molding. We'll do articulation, and yeah. Okay, so molding and paint is really good. This red is great, and the silver on his legs is really good. I absolutely love this. And then this glossy black's great. The red is great. This is a very, very nicely painted figure. The only areas I could see using quote-unquote silver would be the mechanical details and all that, but that's just nitpicking, honestly. This is a great core class, and even if I didn't need him for the combiner, I would still buy him anyways. That's how good he is. And even though he has a third mode, there's not a lot that compromises him for a solid transformer. Like, Grimlock was compromised, Sludge was compromised, and there's another one in the mix. I can't think of his name. But they were kind of compromised because of their combiner mode. This guy is not compromised. He has a great Dino mode and a great Bot mode. And his articulation is not compromised either. Even because of his combined mode, he might have more articulation because of it. So let's just get on articulation. So his head can spin all the way around with no sort of collision with the spike pieces on top. These spike pieces can move that much in and that much back due to transformation because they do form the back of the tail. Now, his arms do go up that much. They can go all the way around, but you do have to finagle it past these. So if you close it, you can have his arm go all the way around. Then you have a slight movement there because it's a ball joint, but because of transformation, you do have a butterfly hinge. So you can get him into some pretty neat. You can have him hitting his chest, you can have him holding something, you can get him in some pretty cool sword poses with the sword that he comes with. So, he does have about that's a really good elbow bend. I mean, it's about a double right up to his arm due to transformation. He does have a uninhibited waist swivel, which you can move all the way around, no kind of collisions whatsoever. That's the first one that has done that really, really well. And then there's something else here. Oh, his legs can go out that much. They can go up that much. They can go back that much. He does have a really good knee bend. No kind of ankle pivot or anything of the sorts. Now, one thing the one thing that is ignoring about the legs is that there's no kind of hip swivel. Like, Swoop had that, and I would have loved if this guy would have had it, but I'm fine with having it. Just like this. Now, his articulation is very, very good for a core class. Like, Freezer, in my opinion, is one of the best articulated core classes ever. Right up there to, like, Rat Trap and stuff. Rat Trap has really good articulation, by the way. But, we're not talking about Rat Trap today. This guy has really good articulation and is a very, very nice core class. Very well done. Now, let's get into his accessory. So, his accessory is just this little gray plastic sword. It's not a much, but I mean, it's decently molded, and it is a core class peg. I don't know what that is, maybe 3mm. I don't know, honestly, but it's not bad. It's a very, very neat weapon, and I could see giving this. Oh, daggone it! I can see giving this a Freezer or something, a little battle knife. It's a cool thing. I like it. They did it good. I would have loved it if it was painted blue or red, but that's just asking for a little much. Alright, so we're going to get into the Dino mode, then the combination mode. I keep on forgetting his names. So first thing you want to do is that you're just going to want to bend his legs at about a 90. Both sides here, and let's just move those out of the way for a second. Flip his arms up. You want to go ahead and start by just moving everything up like this. Then you want to take his head bits down here. This is the Dino mode head. And swap that around right there. Same thing on this side. And go ahead and flip them like this and peg all of this together. So this is going to peg there. This is going to peg there. You're going to just want to line everything up and give it a nice old squeeze. Now, you're going to want to take this part right here and just collapse it on the legs. It is a very tight squeeze. Roll it up and pop it onto that back. Then you want to take his head and swivel it around. I recommend swiveling it because the instructions did it. Plus, there's silver powder on his face, so if these hit it or anything like that, you're saving his face. You're going to want to take these things, put them like this. Sometimes these can be annoying to tab in, so just give it a nice little, give it a nice little squeeze. Come around here to the arms, and you want to go underneath. See that hole right there and that tab right there? My camera's not wanting to pick it up. You're going to want to fold the entire arm itself and put that in that. Same thing for this side, and there you have Dino mode. Now, this guy is my favorite Dino mode out of the entire Legacy bunch. This guy is so dadgum cool. If he didn't have visible hands, I'd say he's a perfect Dinobot core class. This guy is incredible. From his paint, to his details, to his eyes, his Autobot logo, everything. He is a great Dinobot core class. This one is my favorite one right now. Like, maybe in a month it might change, but this guy, my favorite Dino mode, my favorite bot mode. This is the best Dinobot of them all. And that's a blatant statement. If you disagree, I'm sorry. This guy's awesome. Now, he does have some weapon storage, surprisingly. And this sword can go on top like that. And that can go either way. And it can also go down here either way. It is kind of funky, though, to put it in there. So I just recommend you don't, because you don't want to warp the plastic. But, very, very neat. Now, little thing is that there's not a lot of movement. Like, this doesn't move. His head doesn't move. This doesn't. He's a brick. If you transform him correctly, he's a brick. But if you disconnect these joints, you can get as much leg movement in the back as you want, because they're the arms. So they can go all the way around. They can go up that far, out that far. You can untransform this. So if you want to make him look more animalistic, I would recommend untabbing it so that you could have him looking more natural. Alright, let's get in combination mode, because this video is already long for such a small little figure. So, transformation to Dino mode and combination mode is very, very simple. You're just basically going to want to snap this down and take that off. Take apart the legs. Put the heads back in, just like so, and snap it back in together. Then you're going to want to take this piece off, and I know, boo-hoo, parts forming, suck it up, it's not the end of the world. Swivel this up. This is going to be the knee joint. Then you want to take the arms, fold them together, using that butterfly swivel. Connect them here. Well, first things first, you're going to take these two tabs and put them in those two holes. Take these two tabs, put them in those two holes right beside each other, and then snap it on the shoulders. Then you're going to want to take this around, take these two tabs, and put it in those two holes. Then you're going to want to take the shield. Well, you're going to want to take the sword first, because this is the weapon storage part, and put it onto the shell. And then you're going to take these two tabs right there. See the camera pick them up? That two tabs, and put them in those two holes. And those two tabs, and put them in those two holes. And there you have, if I can remember how to do this, the combination foot. Now, this is very funky looking. And when I was showing this to my dad, he made a very fair point. These two eyes combined with this looks like the Michael Bay monsters, like Wheelie and Brains and all that. So the slanted eyes, then that kind of look like a nose. So just, if you get this figure, just know that there's a hint of Wheelie in there. And that's my dad's fault for pointing that out. And that's it, folks. I mean, this combination mode is very bland. Like, Grimlock, I would say, was still messy, but it did it a little bit better. From the front, it doesn't look so bad, but from the side, the back, it's kind of ugly. Thankfully, I have come up with a fan mode that I will showcase once I get done reviewing all of them. So, if y'all have enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and keep an eye out for the voting polls and the next Dinobot review. God bless you, and have a great day. Bye.